Bam, what's going on? It is Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here. Today is Thursday. It is May 8th. Can I get a roll tide inside the comment box? I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you so much for joining the show today on Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys. Rock with me each and every day at 10 a.m. Central Time. Thank you so much. My opening question for you inside the comment box is honestly, yes or no, as you guys get all checked in, do you think that Nick Saban can somehow save college football? Does college football need saving? I think some things need to be certainly tightened up. But who better for the job, right, than Coach Saban? So as you saw yesterday, and this is the biggest news in the world of college football, Coach Saban has been designated as the co-chair president of the new College Sports Commission by the President of the United States, along with, they just announced this, I saw this on The Athletic, that it's going to be a Texas billionaire who has heavy interest in college athletics and, has helped out Texas Tech. So we have Coach Saban, right? The greatest college football coach of all time, and a billionaire out of Lubbock, Texas, put together by the president to save college football. Yo, this is real life. And you know what? There's a lot of people inside the, I was reading the comments, not a lot of people, but they're like, man, why are you talking about the president? And why? Because look, like, this is not a political show, obviously. But this is news. Like, this is happening. Whether you want to you can't even ignore it. Like, this is happening. This is real life. We're not making stuff up. Like, this is happening. And it has something to do with the most influential person in college athletics, which is Coach Saban. So you damn better believe that anything that Coach Saban still says going forward, we are going to cover on this channel, because nobody's bigger than Coach Saban. I promise you. We speak at the podium, speak at platforms, speak on Capitol Hill. I have no idea if Coach Saban will, get into politics and all this stuff. But people don't know about Coach Saban other than college football. If you listen to Coach Saban, I promise you, you'll have a lot of respect for him because the wisdom that he possesses, period. All right. Oh, and the new drip. This is from Walmart. Yo, so this is from Walmart right here. Went there last night. And I got a black and a white polo from Walmart. All right. And the top is from, the Rose Bowl. So the point is, because I saw inside the comment box, people are like, oh my God, Kyle's diving into all this. No, I'm covering news as it happens. And then someone said something about something else. But it's like, this is news. So we cover news as it happens. And Coach Saban is, there's nothing bigger in college football than Coach Saban. I promise you. Every single video, everything else operates based off Coach Saban. Coach Saban drives the world of college football. All right. Are we good on sound and video? It seems like people having maybe some issues. I don't see any issues on my end. Are we thumbs up? Sound is cutting out, Kyle? Is that true? Is the sound cutting out for anybody else? Yes or no? If the sound is good for you, hit the thumbs up. Sound should be fine. Maybe hit the refresh on your side. Yeah, if anything is like ever, just hit the refresh. That's the Control-Alt-Delete. So we're good? Are we good on the sound? All right, test 1, 2. Huh, it's weird. Sounds like, it looks like maybe a refresh might help us out. So sound is cutting out. It was, now it's good. All right. Are we good now? Now thumbs up means good. How about you type good if we're good? Are we good? All right. So I got a special treat for you guys. All right. Can you guys hear me? Special treat today. All right. special treat for you guys because we've had a lot of generosity with the raffles. So what I'm going to do for you today is while we get through the show, and I got a couple things planned. So cut the music, pause. All right. So today I'm going to do a raffle for pretty much everybody that was in the show yesterday. If you didn't make the raffle, and if you don't see your name on the raffle, don't hold it against me. I just went through yesterday and I put a lot of people that watch the show in the raffle. So this is a free raffle. You don't have to, Bama_YouTube, Cash App. We've had a lot of generosity lately, so we're able to do a raffle. This is just for the fans of Bama football on YouTube. So this is straight from me to you. Remember, a portion of that goes back to the Tuscaloosa Soup Kitchen. And today, this is a raffle just for you. So I got a ton of people lined up for the raffle. We'll spin the pinwheel, and this is what we'll be sending the winner today, okay? So if you've been on the show and I saw you yesterday, I probably put your name inside the raffle today. And this is what we're rocking with. You've seen me wear this plenty of times. This is a Tide hat. This is from Chris Mobley. I've reached out to them plenty of times. I haven't heard back, in terms of working with them, but I still think it's a cool hat. So, but honestly, I've emailed them, 100 of times, and but this is the hat that we're raffling today. So check it out. They have a white and they have a red eye. This other hat that they have up here, it's not. I want I don't know why there's not they never have like crimson hats. Like they always have like red. I don't know. I think they can manufacture it easier by just doing like plain and simple red. So that's what we'll be raffling out today. Again, you don't need to jump inside the raffle. You're probably already in there, to be honest. So I'll spin that in just a minute. The other thing is, all right, so we got a couple people lined up. This is something that I've always wanted to work on. All right. And I'm going to show you a trailer of something that I'm putting together. It takes a lot of time, and sometimes I get a little bit discouraged because it does take a lot of time, and I just, it's a gauntlet, and I want to do something. If I do something, I want to do it to the highest level of my ability, right? So I'm putting together a series, and it'll just be kind of like a podcast movie type thing, rewinding to 2017 and just recapping that entire season. I'm going to show you a trailer right now. It's about 7 minutes of it, and I think the video will probably be over an hour when it's completed. So it's something that I'm working on in the background. I'm thinking of doing one from 2017 and one in 2020. So this will be part one. So if you guys could watch this and then give me feedback inside the comment box, what you think about 2017. 2017 was a memorable year for a lot of different reasons. This is my first year covering Alabama football. They won a national title. Obviously, you know how the season ended. So I'm going to show you that trailer. Give me some feedback inside the comment box if you think this would even be a good idea to put together. I'm putting a lot of work behind the scenes, and I think it'll be pretty cool when it all comes out. So I'm taking it from the start to the end of the season, and then I'll continue with the show today on Thursday. So what you're about to watch right now is the trailer of the project that I'm working on, okay, for 2017, and I'll show that to you now. It's about 6 to 7 minutes, a little early teaser, kind of a premiere. So let me get that lined up for you guys, and I'd love some feedback, honestly. And then we'll do the pinwheel, and then we'll talk about some college football topics, and then we'll get you on your way today. So coming up next is the trailer for 2017. I don't even really have a title yet of it, but here's a trailer of something that I'm working on. 3, 2, I hope you guys like it. I really do. 3, 2, 1.
Feel like, man? What does redemption feel like, man?
Good, man. Real good.
What did you guys say in the locker room to get behind 2 and come out like that in the second half, man?
Man, we just believed in each other, man. That's all. That's all.
National champions. This was the first year that I covered the Alabama Crimson Tide. And the season ended with a 2nd and 26 that was absolutely memorable. Freshman Tua Tagovailoa threw a 26-yard touchdown pass to freshman Devontae Smith to lead the Alabama Crimson Tide over the Georgia Bulldogs in a dramatic fashion in overtime, 26-23. In this video, we go back to the archives to relive one of the great seasons under Coach Nick Saban and the Tide. This is the story of 2017.
matchups, but none quite as touted as this, if in fact it ends up that it's 1 versus 2 or 1 versus 3, and we think it likely will be. Now, going from there, Florida State has a ton of talent, returning some key people that have moved on, such as Dalvin Cook and DeMarcus Walker, for example. And Alabama, I believe, has 11 returning starters. And as always, when we talk about Alabama, it's a ton of talent. Let's take a look at, your thoughts on this opener, what it means to the program, and what it means for college football.
Well, it's great. First of all, I love that college football has kind of captured that first weekend before the NFL starts. You saw it last week, and it's great ratings, all these great matchups, and you can't, like you said, maybe the best opener in the history of college football. So, I mean, for that aspect, it's great. Obviously, you got two storied programs. And both of them interesting here. FSU's coming off that big win against Michigan. They want to keep that momentum going, kind of get back up there. Can Jimbo Fisher win the big one without Jameis Winston? Then for Alabama, obviously, that loss to Clemson. I don't want to lose back-to-back to ACC teams. I think that would be get some ire in Tuscaloosa if that happened.
Yeah, well, it's Alabama's one of the rare places, Kyle, you certainly know this, in which the expectation is to win a national championship every year. Talk a little bit about what you've seen coming into this matchup.
Well, this is all brand new for me coming into Tuscaloosa, and I've gotten a real quick taste of the magnitude of this matchup. I think what it comes down to is Alabama coming off the loss to Clemson. They're still chomping at the bit. They're still hungry. Nick Saban just signed the contract extension. He's hungry. He's really excited for this year's group coming into Atlanta, and I think it presents a great matchup for Florida State. Florida State with their amazing defense returning, and Alabama with so many components on both sides of the football coming in. And you're right, the expectations when you talk to people of Tuscaloosa national championship, and I think we could get an early taste of a big-time later season showdown right in week 1.
Now we're back in April. Now, remember, this is the first time that I've covered the Alabama Crimson Tide, so watching Jalen Hurts, watching Tua Tagovailoa, watching Mac Jones in the quarterback room, this is my first time seeing the quarterbacks. And mind you, the quarterback coach is Brian DeBall, who just got here from the Patriots. So, and as I think back, was there a quarterback competition? Were we trying to figure out who was going to be the quarterback? I think so. I remember we were excited to see if Tua Tagovailoa, who had just arrived from Hawaii, if he would be the guy, because he was such a highly touted player coming out of high school, a lefty that everybody loved, and then you had Jalen Hurts coming back. So there was a lot going on with the quarterback room, not as much as the present time with your quarterback situation here at Alabama between Ty Simpson and Keelan Russell, but there was still some quarterback controversy. And then honestly, nobody was really talking about Mac Jones, to be honest. He was here. He was just kind of the third guy. And to think where Mac Jones is at this point in time, 2017, to what he did in 2020 is pretty remarkable. But there's a quarterback room at this point in time. Again, this is the spring of 2017. And remember, at this point in time, we used to be able to see Alabama more in terms of from a reporter standpoint. I would still go over to the University of Alabama and I would watch these guys practice and perform. And it was amazing to see at this point in time kind of the secondary that was coming back. Remember Anthony Averett, remember Minkah Fitzpatrick. I mean, these were the type of names right now in the secondary. And then you can see Coach Saban. He was the corners coach. I mean, you could say what you want about all the coaches that have been in the secondary. Straight up, Coach Saban was a secondary coach. But one of our favorites, of course, was Minkah Fitzpatrick. In this particular clip, Minkah Fitzpatrick is talking about his transition from safety to corner for this particular season.
Start practicing with the teammates.
It felt good. You know, it's a new team, so a new attitude, new leader, everything like that. So, you know, it's a lot of fun being back out there.
You're obviously, going to corner, working a little bit now there. What's your feeling about that position compared to maybe safety and star?
I mean, that's what I came here to play, was cornerback, and then I moved to star my freshman year because we had Marlon and Cyrus out there. Then last year Eddie went down, so I had to move to safety. So, now this year I'm at where I feel most comfortable, really. And Coach trusts me to be out there, and I'm doing a good job out there, so hopefully I can stay there.
How hard was it to move to safety from corner from star?
How
hard was it?
It was pretty difficult, especially because it was in the middle of the season. Mm-hmm. But Coach Saban, Coach Ansley, and everybody else pretty much helped me out every single day. I was watching film with them and learning and making the calls in the film room. And so they I kind of had no choice but to do it the right way and to get it done. But it was difficult, but it's always good to have a little challenge.
One of the things that also stood out to me when I first got here back in 2017 was to see Coach Saban actually not only coaching the secondary, but this guy loved to get out there and throw passes to his secondary. And look, I mean, Coach Saban, he's an athlete, remember? He played the game, and here he is tossing to the player. I miss seeing it, to be honest. I really miss seeing it. Here's Coach Saban talking about the spring football game, a game that, honestly, we miss. Here's Coach Saban following the spring game.
Well, it was a fun game for the players, very competitive game, and like to see guys compete and have fun in a game like this. And certainly I felt like, especially the way it ended, it ended up that way. My assessment of the spring is, I don't think we're an elite team right now. I think we're kind of an adequate team. But I don't mean that in a negative way, because I think we've come out of spring a lot of years where we don't have an elite team. It's how the team responds through the summer, through fall camp, because we're going to play an elite team in the first game. And what kind of commitment each guy makes to being an elite player, to affect himself in a positive way, to affect his unit in a positive way, it's going to determine how we all affect our team in a positive way, which ultimately will lead to what kind of team we really have.
All right, so that's a preview. Now, again, when this is all together, I'm going to add it to YouTube. Do you think this is a good idea to continue? Thumbs up. So what kind of the idea, and you see it transforming. So I'm going to go from the beginning of the season through the summertime, through the season, through the pivotal games. Because remember, when you go back to 2017, and I'll continue with my show in just a minute, but this is a project that I wanted to work on for quite some time. Alabama really ran the table this particular year, but the crazy thing is at the end of the season, they nearly lost to Mississippi State, and they were beaten by Auburn, right, down at Jordan-Hare Stadium. And the crazy thing was we were on pins and needles waiting to see if Alabama would make the 4-team playoff because they didn't play in the SEC championship game. Remember, there was a lot of components, that went into the back end of the season. So this is something I'm working on during kind of the summertime, and I think it would be really cool to kind of encapsulate that 2017 season together. And I think I'll do another one for 2020 as well once I'm finished with this. So, I appreciate the feedback. And if you're watching this on the rewatch or you want to get back inside the comment box, let me know what you think or other ideas that you think I could add to this 2017 rewind. I don't even have a title for it, Second and 26. This is my first year. I have no idea. We'll see what happens, and I appreciate you guys. The feedback for that. So something that I'm working on and excited about it, and I will keep you guys posted as we move forward. And maybe we'll do a little beta preview, and hopefully I can finish by within a couple months. So, and it's something that I kind of just like put my heart and my soul into. So let's do real quick. Let's kind of move through a couple topics, and then I'll spin the pinwheel. I got a bunch of people in the pinwheel today. No need to, Bama_YouTube or Cash App. We've had a lot of contributions lately. Remember, a portion of that goes back to the Tuscaloosa Soup Kitchen. So today, the hat is on everyone's contributions that we can give back. So stay tuned in just a minute, and we'll go over the pinwheel. Did you see this? Did you see Metallica at Virginia Tech? If there's a song that you love, it's got to be Enter Sandman. This was amazing. If you haven't seen this, go check it out. Just type out Metallica at Blacksburg, Virginia Tech. But the best one is have you ever looked this up? I love like old YouTube videos. Look up Metallica when they went over. I think they went to like Moscow. I swear to God, they must have played in front of like 7 million people. It was crazy. Ron Self, we'll make sure that you're inside the raffle, bro. Let me write that down. There's going to be a ton of people in this raffle. And it was mostly just people that were on the show yesterday. So you're probably already in it. But what's trending today? Let me hit over these topics real fast, and then we'll do some pinwheel. All right, so Nick Saban is the co-chair commission. Let me ask you inside the comment box as we open up with hitting through these points. What areas would you like to see Coach Saban and this Texas Tech billionaire look at as we go forward, right? Army 3270. That's what I'm talking about. That concert was crazy. What would you like to see? I think NIL. So let's put NIL on the board. And is it just going to be NIL, or is it going to be transfer portal? So from my understanding, they're going to look at just college athletics in general. But the main three for me is NIL, transfer portal, windows and timelines. And then the third thing for me is college football playoffs. Playoffs. Right? NIL, are they professional athletes? Are they student athletes? Are they employees? Are they not employees? Are they students? How much can they get paid? There's no cap on it. I don't think there should be a cap on how much a player is paid. But is it pay for play? Is the university solely in charge of paying the players, or can boosters pay them? Like, how does this work? Sean Lilly, what's up, man? Good morning. Good to see you. Ms. Careless says transfer portal window needs work really bad. 1,000,000%. Like, having this transfer portal window that Alabama just got past with no guys hitting the transfer portal. Thank goodness. But why does that need to be? Why did that window need to be here? You know what I'm saying? Why did we need that transfer portal window? It scared us. It gave us anxiety for like a whole 2 months, and all we're talking about is who do you think will go into the transfer portal? What a terrible time that was. I think the suggested idea is to have a transfer portal window when the season is completed, and I think you give a little bit more wiggle room to players that want to transfer that have graduated. Right? So if you already have your degree, if you've graduated from that place, okay, you can transfer out. But if you haven't transferred, or if you've transferred a couple times, you go on like a transfer portal watch list. Right? And you're like, hey, why are you transferring so many times? Hattie Mae, what's up, man? Hadn't seen you in a minute. Good to see you, bro. I hope you're well. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just making stuff up. Maybe if it's like your third transfer within 3 years, you can't play for like the first 8 games. I'm saying, like, who knows? I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do from NIL and the transfer portal, but I know those two areas need to be looked at. Todd Tipton says this. Let's see what Todd has to say. Todd says, should get one free transfer and sit after that. Ooh, I like that. There you go. That's not bad. Let's see. Army 3275 says, you should have to repay the NIL money if you transfer before completing. Oh, yeah. How about contracts? Should there be contracts? Ooh, I like this. Let's see what Lance has to say. Unlimited true and verified NIL, include oversight and IRS. Ooh, each scholarship player get $150,000. Players sign a minimum. Ooh, I like Lance. You might need to be hired by Coach Saban in the Texas Tech billionaire to jump on board. Ricky Smith says transfer should take first year off, no play. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's going to come back. Ron Self says something has to change because the circus, we aren't working and it's killing college football. 100%. The other thing that I was thinking about is the playoffs. The playoffs drove it. This has bothered me since the playoffs started. I don't understand how there's a group of people that go into a room and select the best teams. It makes no sense to me. And I get it. The conferences aren't equal, and that's another thing that I'd like to see addressed. For example, like Notre Dame has a perfect loophole every single year. They don't play in a conference. They can play whoever the hell that they want. They don't have a conference championship game, right? And they can just get into the playoffs, and every single playoff game they win, they can keep all that money too. Notre Dame is genius. They figured it out. I've always said, why doesn't one of these SEC, the only SEC school that could really drop out and still like land a major TV deal, in my opinion, is Alabama or like Texas. They won't do it. But the playoffs is crazy. It's like the people go in there like, okay, this team, and let's face it, it's not the best 12 teams. And I'm not arguing that Alabama should have made it last year. They shouldn't have. That wasn't a playoff team. We all know that. That was not a playoff team. We're past that. But the best 12 teams didn't make it because you had teams that were ranked wherever they were, but they were included in the top 12 because you had to take a non-power 4, right? Like an at-large. And then those at-large got like buys. What? The Big 12 got a bye? So the playoffs definitely need, like, come on. A committee deciding the playoffs is so stupid. So stupid. But none of the conferences are created equal, so maybe you figure out how to equalize college football. I mean, the NFL figured it out. Major League Baseball. Shoot, soccer across the pond. The Champions League. There's a system for all this. There's not a group of people that go into a room and be like, okay, this is the playoffs. Come on. Playoffs have to change. That just really pisses me off because I think that this Alabama football team will be better, but I think it'll still be hard for them to make the playoffs. And they'll be a top 12 team, but I think it'll be very difficult for them to make it if they don't finish number 1, 2, or 3 in the SEC. And you're like, well, if they don't finish there, then they don't deserve it. Well, the SEC, come on. Look at the talent. Where would Alabama be if they played Boise State's schedule last year? Where would they be if they played UNLV's schedule this year? The teams there's already 2 teams in the playoffs this year. It's either UNLV or Boise State, and it's either Notre Dame. So you have 2 spots already in there. Period. Remember the BCS? It was just like an Excel spreadsheet, right? You just like click the button and just spin it out. Yeah, Lance, you're right. Lance, there you go. Put it into Grok. Who are the best 12 teams? Boom, done. Play. All right. We covered Metallica playing at Virginia Tech. So cool. Just amazing. We looked at Joel Klatt's top 25, and as I was thinking about this yesterday too, I think this graphic, it actually, I didn't agree with a lot on here. I think that people are really high on Clemson. I think I don't know. I'm still not buying that. I'm not really buying Notre Dame. Ohio State, I probably have them. Let me ask you this. Who would you put number 1 as your preseason college football number 1? Would you put Texas, even though despite like Arch Manning hasn't necessarily been like a starter? Would you put them number 1? And would you put Ohio State number 2? Seriously, just who's your number 1 and number 2 in college football? I guess I would say Texas. I guess I would go Texas, Ohio State. I don't know. People really have like Penn State. I never thought they'd be number 1. No, Lance, I'm with you, bro. Lisa's just straight up saying Alabama number 1. Maybe they shouldn't even have rankings until like week 8. How about that? The only reason that we have these preseason rankings is something that we could talk about. Other than that, it's meaningless until like week 8. Kimberly's like straight up, just put Alabama number 1 and end it. Lisa's saying Ohio State, not number 1. This is probably, Kaylin's exactly right. Like, no clue. And I'm kind of on this board, like on this train too, is like the winner should still be number 1, but the team is completely changed. I don't know. Let's see what else we got. Alabama's opener against Florida State. We hit on this briefly. You do have Gus Malzahn, which makes me a little bit nervous. Tommy Castellanos, their quarterback, he's going to run. That makes me a little bit nervous as well. The 3 reasons I'm nervous about Florida State. Hear me out. 3 reasons, okay? 3 reasons. Number 1, Florida State, the three reasons I'm nervous about Florida State. Now, we have high confidence that Alabama, takes it to Florida State for many different reasons that we talked about yesterday. But the three reasons that I'm nervous about Florida State. Number one, Gus Malzahn. Don't trust him. He's beaten Alabama before. He's their offensive coordinator. Who knows? Number two, this quarterback can run. In 2023, he ran for like 1,100 yards. A running quarterback is tough to deal with, and it can be problematic. Just rewind to last year when Jackson Arnold ran for 140 yards or whatever it was for Oklahoma, okay? The third reason I'm nervous about this game is the game is on the road. It's not in Atlanta like it was in 2017. It is in Tallahassee, right? Alabama didn't play well on the road. Last year doesn't equal this year, but still, it's on the road. This is Florida. The fourth reason. This is Florida State's opportunity to, get back into the world of college football, right? A couple years ago, they missed the playoffs. Last year, they nearly got relegated to, D1 AA. So this is your year to, come back. And what better team to do it against than Alabama, right? So, yeah, and Ryan, you're right. It'll be a hostile environment. It'll be the Super Bowl type game. So there's a lot of reasons that I'm nervous for that game. I do have high confidence that Alabama will beat Florida State. I'm just saying, it's those are the things, if you want to play devil's advocate, those are the reasons I'm nervous about it. The reasons I'm confident about it, Ryan Grubb, new quarterback, right? The defense returns pretty much everybody. And I don't know. I think this team will come into the season with the chip on their shoulder. And just as Cam Dewberry said yesterday, is Ryan Grubb is going to slice people up. So if you have a quarterback that can effectively, be dialed in, and if he can get the football to those wide receivers, who knows? I don't know. They might score 50 in that opening game. But they are, I think, as Jarvis said yesterday, they're 12.5-point favorite, and it opened up at 6.5. Right? Will Ty Simpson throw for over 3,500 yards? If Ty Simpson is the quarterback the entire season and he has if he's the quarterback for this entire season, then yeah, he throws for over 3,500 yards. I would be shocked if he doesn't throw for 3,000. So if Ty Simpson's the quarterback the entire year, yeah, he has an incredible season. And 35 touchdowns, 40 touchdowns, 3,500 yards. Now you're talking about someone getting mentioned for some major, major accolades. But yeah, if he stays the whatever quarterback you're going to be, you're going to be throw for over 3,000 yards. So get ready for it. And over 40 points for the offense. Those are benchmarks. Todd has him at 4,000 yards. Right? Someone said that Illinois will be this year's Indiana. Who was it? Was it Heather Dinich that said that? I can't remember. I don't know. There's going to always be a team that's like this year's Indiana. They had a good year last year. They did. I don't know who it'll be. It's too hard to tell right now this far out. But someone will be it. I don't know. Probably from the Big Ten, maybe. I don't know. Toughest quarterback to Alabama will face this coming season. Who do you think the toughest quarterback will be that Alabama will face this season? I think we can all agree that did we agree yesterday that the toughest running quarterback will be Lenore Sellers? But Sellers he's a dual threat guy. I think Lenore Sellers, I would probably say Lenore Sellers, well, shoot, they played John Mateer. So it'll be John Mateer, Lenore Sellers, and then Garrett Nussmeier. I think those will be the toughest quarterbacks. And I think, Pavia, yeah, all those guys coming back. John Mateer probably from a technical standpoint, but Lenore Sellers because you have to go on the road and play against that guy. I think if that game had another 15 minutes between Alabama and South Carolina probably wins that game. Right? I know that's hard to swallow, but I think it's true. South Carolina had all the momentum at the end of that game until the final seconds. And we don't know about Arch Manning. You know, he's got in a couple different times. He's looked good. He had that spring game where he threw for like 324 or something like that a couple years ago. I think he'll have a great season, to be honest. I think now that he's like firmly the guy and he doesn't have to deal with competition. I mean, you always have to deal with competition, but I think since he is the guy, I think he'll ball out. I think Arch Manning will have a really good season. And just like Ron is saying inside the comment box, I mean, yeah, Diego is going to be an absolute problem. Just because he has that mentality, that winning mentality, right? All right. You guys ready? Let's do some pinwheel. All right. So, Ron, I'm going to get you in real quick. Give me 2 seconds. Take like a 1 minute commercial break. I'll get everybody set up, and then we'll do some pinwheel. Be right back. All right, fam. What's up? Okay. All right. Here we go. I got everybody. I even typed in some people that I saw inside the comment box. So let me cue the music up, and then we'll do some pinwheel. But, yeah, I appreciate the comments. If you're catching us on the rewatch, go back and watch kind of the teaser of the documentary. Let me know what you think about it. I don't even know how a title for it. So it's still in its infancy stages, and all feedback welcomed. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I love it. Here we go. All right, 3, 2, 1. Hold on. Let me put on my game show host face. Welcome to the Pinwheel on Bama Football on YouTube, where you jump into the raffle, and you get Bama gear. Today is a raffle on us. We are raffling an Alabama football hat from Chris Mobley. So if you want the hat directly, go to Chris Mobley. Tell him Kyle Henderson of Bama Football on YouTube sent you. I put a lot of you guys that were in the show yesterday inside the raffle. As you can see, it's loaded up. I appreciate you guys watching. I always appreciate you guys supporting the product right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining the show each and every day at 10 a.m. Central Time, or news as it happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Guys ready? All right, here we go. 3, 2. Remember, just kidding. All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey, Crimson Angel. Crimson Angel, what's up, man? You won the tie-dye. Email me at nmpreps@gmail.com. Congratulations. Kimberly, you were in there. I got you on there, Kimberly. I put a bunch of people on there that were on yesterday's show. So, Crimson Angel, congratulations, bro. Remember the whammies? And from time to time on the raffles, we'll just do like a random raffle as well. We've had a lot of generosity, and this was kind of a raffle on us. So I appreciate you guys. Congratulations, Crimson Angel. That's Angel in Pigeon Forge. So, welcome to the champions room. Hey, thanks for watching each and every day. News as it happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I hope you have a blessed rest of your day. You can catch me on my men's devotional, which I'll drop inside the comment box, or news as it happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. One more time. Kyle Anderson of Bama Football on YouTube, coming to you on Thursday, May 8th. Have a beautiful day. Be where your feet are at, and I'll catch you as news happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Thanks for watching. See you next time. No, Lisa, I think we had you on. This was just kind of an open one. I went through everybody who was on the show yesterday. So if you didn't make it, don't hold it against my heart. Hold it against my head. I love all you guys. All right, catch you soon. Right here. See ya.